And we are studying Bhagavad Gita. We are in chapter 3. So let's go ahead. Yes. So Krishna wrote here, Nahi kaschanamapi jatu tishthatya karmatri kharati hyavasha karma sarva prakriti jaya guni. Everyone, nobody can stay quiet, Arjun. Everybody is forced to act with the modes he has acquired. न कर्मणामनारम्भान् नष्कर्म्यं पुरुषस्मृते न च सन्न्यसनादेव सिद्धिं समाधिगच्छति. Just by stopping work, nobody can free himself from the reactions. Simply by accepting sannyas, one does not accept perfection. Arjuna said, Hare Krishna, what you are saying? I have seen many people, they just wear the red cloth and just close the eyes and they're sitting. That's they are accepting the renouncement of life. So then Krishna speaks this verse. कर्मेन्द्रियाणि संयम्य य आस्ते मनसा स्मरन् इंद्रियार्थान् विमूढ़ात्मा मिथ्याचार स उच्यते. Karmendriyani sanyamya. This person is having sanyam or control over the karma indriya. Karma indriya, there are 5 karma indriyas: hand, legs, speech, and evacuation and reproduction. Karmendriyani sanyamya ya asti manasa smaran. But the mind is doing remembrance of what? Indriyartha, of the objects of senses, that is technically known as sense gratification. He is not doing sense gratification, but he is remembering sense gratification in the mind. Such a person is vimodhatma. Moda means fool, and vimoda means special fool. So whom he is fooling? He is fooling himself. He thinks just by accepting the renounced order, I will get purified. But actually, he is not getting purified. He is contaminated. Therefore, he is vimodhatma. Not only he is vimodhatma, he is mithyachari. What is mithyachari? So, uchyati, he is to be known by these terms. Vimodhatma, mithyachar. Mithyachar, mithya means false. Achar means behavior. His behavior is false, or he is a hypocrite. Let's try to see. It's a serious warning to all. Be careful. One who restrains the senses of action, but whose mind dwells on sense objects, certainly deludes himself and is called a pretender. He who makes a show of being a yogi while actually searching for the objects of sense gratification must be called the greatest cheater. Very heavy word. Greatest cheater. He is showing himself to be a yogi, a renounced person, but he's searching after sense gratification. So how does he cheating? How is he cheating? So here the definition is that one who accepts the prestige and privilege of a certain post, but he does not take the responsibility and sacrifice required for that post, is called mithyachari. There's a verse which Rishabdev says, Guru na sasyat, sujano na sasyat, janani na sasyat, devam na sasyat, pati na sasyat. No, the whole principle is one should not try to become a father, mother, spiritual master. If you cannot take the trouble to train your dependents to go back to God, you just accept the respect. Okay, I'm senior, respect me. But you make no efforts to give a good example, no efforts to train them, then that person is called mithyachar. Somebody became a government leader, he's extracting heavy taxes from the citizens. But after exacting citizens, when they have some grievances, they go, sir, I have this problem, get lost. No time for you. That person is also called a mithyachar. It may be government leader, it may be spiritual leader as well. spiritual leader. Sometimes he wears red cloth just to just to earn money with lazy, like, without working hard or to get prestige. So that's not good without showing proper behavior. So there are four cases here. First case is there is a change in the externals, like somebody accepted the red class, renounced order, and internals are also pure. That's nice, no problem. Very good person. He internally is also pure, and externally he is wearing the renounced order. That's good. Second case is externals have changed. Person has worn the cloth of sannyasi, but the internals are not pure. But there is sincere attempt to change the internals. He is trying to purify himself. That is also accepted. Okay, so this person is also not a cheater. Although his mind is impure, his mind sometimes the thoughts of sense enjoyment come, but he is sincerely trying to stop them, and he is trying to purify himself. That person cannot be called a cheater. Third case is externals have changed, and this person has made no attempt to change the internals. He did not do anything. He is not doing any purificatory processes to change his internals. Therefore, he remains impure as he was before wearing the renounced order. Therefore, he must be called a cheater. The fourth case is externals have changed, but he is taking up to externals just to chase after the internals in the garb of external dress. That Prabhupada calls greatest cheater. So he may do either in two ways. So, like, then sincere devotee also may get not so good thoughts or wrong thoughts, but not necessarily he's a pretender. The point is, what does he do after he gets such thoughts? If a person just tries to, fight with them and improve himself, purify himself, then he's not a pretender. But on the other hand, he's trying to capture those previous memories again. His sense gratificatory thoughts in earlier lives is again and again trying to remember. E.A.S.Y manasa smaran. He's trying to remember them. He will be called a cheater. Note down carefully. Also, not only he's trying to remember internal memories, but he's trying to reinforce by taking external impurity. So with devices or some other means, is trying to insert impurity within by watching dirty things. That person is also to be called a pretender. Now there is one more case. Somebody may be involved, or somebody due to the force of previous impressions, somebody may be impelled to act in not appropriate ways. How do we understand whether he is a mithyachari or not? So this definition, very nice definition given by Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur. Please hear carefully. How to distinguish somebody who has fallen down, somebody who has done something wrong, but how to distinguish whether he is a mithyachari or is a sincere? Because sincere person also can commit mistakes. Sincere person can commit mistakes. Cheating and weakness are two separate things. So Bhakti Thakur says, cheating and weakness, there are two separate things. Okay. Persons devoid of a cheating propensity achieve perfection. That means one who is a weak, but he is not a cheater, he will achieve perfection. He will get purified. But a cheater is never successful. That's the difference in the results. Therefore, there are two words. There is a cheater and there is a weak. The person is weak and the person is a cheater. There are two different things. Vaishnavism is another name for simplicity. Bhakti Thakur says, Vaishnava means saralta. If one is having just one quality, he will in all circumstances advance. There will be no obstacle for him, even if he falls down 100 times in one day. If he is a sincere person, or sorry, if he is a simple person, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says. What does simplicity mean? Sincere persons can be weak, but they are not cheaters. Sincere person can be weak, but they're not cheaters. Cheaters say something but do something else. Weak persons are embarrassed by their defects, whereas cheaters are maddened by their achievements. So now the difference lies here is, if after some wrong thing has happened, the karma indriyas, I have done something wrong, I have watched something wrong, okay, I'm in the renounced order. Still, if I am a weak person, I should take help. I should talk to my authorities. I should admit my weaknesses and not try to proudly present myself as somebody which I am not. That person will advance. I should be frank and I should have been bold to admit, yes, I have made certain mistakes. And then I'll be given some purification program. And then I can go along with that purification program and I will go back to Godhead. I'll get purified. On the other hand, a cheater, he commits some mistakes and he does not tell it. He's trying to hide himself. And therefore, that repeatedly this Indriyarthan Vimud Atma, the Maya is not going to leave such a person. Maya never leaves a cheater. Again and again, she will just bounce back at him with severe force. And such a person is fooling others, he's fooling himself. There is no advance. That we have to be careful. So, yeah, I hope it's clear. Yes, so Arjuna, now Lord Krishna is contrasting on the other hand. Yes, to Indriyani Manasa Niyamyarabate Arjuna Karmendriya Karma Yogam Asakta Sa Vishishyati. So this section was comparing this thing, sannyas or and with this thing Karma Yoga. So Lord Krishna is again and again hammering on Arjuna that don't be a sannyasi, be a Karma Yogi. Yastu Indriyani Manasa Niyamya Arabhati. One who regulates the senses by the mind through the regulations, Arjuna, Karmendriya Karma Yogam. Karmendriya, that person, previous person was not suspending the Karmendriyas, but his mind was wandering. This person, he engages the Karmendriya in Karma Yoga without attachment. He engages the Karma Indriya in Karma Yoga without attachment. Asaktaha sab vishishyati. So this person may be a householder, maybe Grahastha, he's better than a sannyasi who is a cheater. On the other hand, if a sincere person tries to control the active senses by the mind and begins Karma Yoga in Krishna consciousness without attachment, he is by far superior. So, Prabhupada makes a point here. Sincere sweeper in the street is far better than children meditator who meditates only for the sake of making a living. What is the meaning of this statement? Sincere sweeper. So like Krishna is saying, Arjun, many people take renunciation to escape responsibility. They don't want to take trouble or responsibility or anxiety. Therefore, they take to renounce order. But better than this person who wants to become lazy and become mithyachari is a sincere sweeper. Why? Because a sincere sweeper is taking responsibility. He's taking some responsibility at least to clean the whatever is the street. But this, on the other hand, this person who is just sitting there, and this especially happens in Dham. In ISKCON, of course, we have Prabhupada has made very amazing systems. There is a system to get up early day, every morning, chant, attend Mangalarti, attend Bhagavatam. So one is purified. And there are so many services in the day. Still, someone may try to become some lazy. But especially outsiders, sometimes, especially in Dham, these people go there. They take no responsibility. They are simply living like animals. And because they know that there will be many pilgrims who will come to Dham, and they have a heart to render some service to the Dham. And one of the ways to render service to Dham is to give donations to those who are saintly people there. So they pose themselves as saintly people just to receive donations. And better than that person is a sincere sweeper in the streets. Another point here Prabhupada wants to make is that externals don't matter. If one is sincere, he will advance everywhere, regardless of which dress he is wearing. He may be in Brahmacharya ashram, he may be in Grihastha ashram, wherever he is, he will make advancement if he is sincere. On the other hand, insincere person will make advancement nowhere. Just as for the householders, there are two terms. There is Grihastha and there is Grahamedi. Similarly, for the renunciates also there are two terms. There is Brahmachari and there is Mat Medi. Yeah, that's there. So both things are there everywhere. Mat Medi and Brahmachari. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's the whole point. So, like generally, Varanas is a broadly okay. That point will come ahead. In contrast to this, the householder, not the sannyasi, who performs scriptural actions, karma yogam, without longing for fruits, asaktaha is vishishyati, superior. Niyatam kuru karmatvam karma jyayo hya karmana. Sharira yatra vichate na prasiddhet akarmana. So Krishna is telling repeatedly so many reasons why karma yoga is better than renunciation. This section is specifically about abruptly accepting renunciation, that is Jnana Yoga versus Karma Yoga. So Krishna is saying, if you are not pure in mind, you cannot accept the renounced order of life. Basically, this is not talking about Bhakti Yoga in general. This is a contrast between Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga. For Jnana Yoga, there is qualification, that is purity of the mind. Bhakti Yoga will come separately later on. So if Bhakti Yoga type questions comes, then we have to see. But in general, it can apply. So first he said that if you abruptly practice renunciation, you will not make no advancement. You are fool. You are vimulad. Now he's saying not only that, if you don't work, niyatam kuru karmatvam, do your prescribed duty. Karma jyayo hi akarmana. That better is to work than not work. Working is better than not working. Working is better than not working. Karma jyayo hi akarmana. Sharira yatra pichati. Arjun, you will not be able to make even sharira yatra. By not working, akarmana na prasiddhi, it will not be successful even to maintain the body. Yatra, and you go for some Jagannath Puri yatra. The soul is doing yatra in this body. If you don't work, how will you maintain the body? You can't even maintain the body, right? You should work. Why will you not work? Perform your prescribed duties. For doing so is better than not working. One cannot even maintain one's physical body without work. So-called renunciation for the purpose of maintenance is never approved by the Lord, nor by any religious scripture. So now there are two things. There is one varna and there is one ashram. Varna in broad sense can refer to activities which one contributes to the society as well as his body is maintained. Ashram means duties for spiritual elevation. So Krishna is saying that don't capriciously give up. So in current society, there's all no varna is known properly. So varna can refer to whatever job we are doing. We can do job that's broad varna is we should be internally comfortable in doing the job, be externally competent also in doing the job. That's varna for current society, job or whatever. And then there are regulations of the ashram. So we have to do this. If you give up both varna and ashram also, then neither you will be able to maintain your body, nor you will to advance spiritually. It's karma yoga. Without doing so through prescribed duties, one should never attempt to become a so-called transcendentalist, renouncing work and living at the cost of others. That means what? Somebody is taking the renounced order life. So he should not live at the cost of others. That means what? Like he should take responsibility or anxiety for Krishna, for spreading Krishna consciousness. That anxiety should be there. If one is not taking any anxiety, then that's not good. That's what Krishna is saying here. You can accept the renounced order, and if you take anxiety, at least set a good example. Minimum, you can preach also, inspire others. That's more, yeah, as much as you can. But minimum, at least, you try to purify your heart. One time, Tamal Krishna Maharaj, Juhu, trying to build the temple, and for that, getting the land, and it was so complex. It was so difficult. Tamal Krishna Maharaj one time told Prabhupada, Prabhupada, this anxiety is not allowing me to chant my rounds properly. I am I am filled with anxiety. And Prabhupada said, I'm also not able to chant my rounds. This was not what Tamal Krishna Maharaj. It was a like far off answer which he expected. The Prabhupada is pure devotee. He's saying, I'm also not able to chant my rounds. Then Prabhupada said, your anxiety for Krishna will take you back to God. So we should take anxiety. Not okay. Okay, and but please understand again, it should not be like overpowering anxiety. It should be manageable anxiety. If like too much load is coming, then we can always raise hands and flag, oh, please give this service to someone else. But some anxiety we should certainly take. That is the thrust of this verse, which Krishna is saying. So we have a responsibility to at least set a good example. We cannot like set a bad example. How people will learn? The people, because of these people who are mithyacharis, the people have lost faith in their renounced order. Then one person commits something wrong, and then whole society, they see everyone like that one. Oh, these people, they are just like that one. Very, very careful. It's a very serious responsibility to inspire others to practice, to be selfless. That all of us have to take. You know, 16 rounders chanting four and following four religious principles. That's a responsibility. So then Arjun said that Krishna, okay, but why should I work? Work will lead me to entanglement. The Krishna condemned heavily this thing, jnana, yoga, or sannyas, abrupt sannyas. Work. But Arjun, he is a student of Upanishad. He said, Krishna, working will lead to sinful reaction. That was the whole purpose. I don't want to get into sinful reaction. How working? By working, I will stop sinful reaction. Then Krishna speaks this verse in order to tell how working will not lead to bondage. So very important try to understand. We all, anyways, we are not in that position of leaving everything. We are working. How to work in such a way that we will not get bondage. Padma Patra Ivam Bhasa. Lipyate Nasapapin. He does not get bound, just like lotus leaf is untouched by the water or the mud. Yagyartha karmano nyatra loko yam karma bandhana. Tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sanga samacharaha. Yagyartha, done only for the sake of Yajna or Vishnu. You have to do activities for the sake of Vishnu. Karmano, you have to do karma for the sake of Vishnu. Anyatra, otherwise, lokoyam, in this world, you will get karma bandhana. Very heavy statement. Means there is nothing like personal responsibility. I don't care about the Lord, Supreme Lord. I'm just live my life. Just there's no room for that. That's sinful. Krishna is saying you have to work for Vishnu. You may be sakam karmi, nishkam karmi, jnana yogi, may bhakti yogi, but minimum is sakam. You have to work for Vishnu. You cannot, otherwise you'll get karma bandhan. You will have to suffer. Tadartham karma kaunteya. Work done for his sake. Mukta sangaha. one becomes freed from the association of the three modes. One comes to the knowledge that one is not the body, I am the soul. If you work for Krishna, you work in company, you give money to Krishna, then there is some possibility that you will come to the knowledge that you are not the body or the soul. If you simply work for yourself, don't give any easy, you will never come to the understanding that you are not the body or the soul. You will simply dwell in the material platform. Yagyartha karmano anyatraha loko yam karma bandhana. So how is Yagya Vishnu? This is the Vedic verse. Here is Yagyo Vai Vishnu. Yagya Vishnu. Taittreya Samhita. So Arjuna quoted the scripture. Smriti scriptures say that one is bound by action. Karmana baddhate jantu. Jantu is bound by karma. Therefore, I will be bound by performing action. Krishna said, no. Action offered to the Supreme Lord does not bind. Yagyartha karmano anyatraha loko yam karma bandhana. Work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed. Otherwise, work causes bondage in this material world. Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction, and this way you will always remain free from bondage. One is to work for the satisfaction of Vishnu. Any other work done in this material world will be a cause of bondage. For both good and evil work have their reaction, and any reaction binds the performer. This is the great art of doing work. And in the beginning, this process requires very expert guidance. Because how to work for Vishnu, we are filled with sense gratification. That requires very expert guide to tell you properly. You do like this, then you will not get bound. Otherwise, you will get bound. Everyone must have a guru. If you have no guru, you have famous 4-letter guru that will cause havoc in your life. That is the mind. One should therefore act very diligently under the expert guidance of the devotee of Lord Krishna. Nothing should be from sense gratification. Okay, fine. So this verse, also there is first reference to Yagya. Yagya reference comes first time in Gita in this verse. So like there is something called as form. There is something called as principle. Yoga, as soon as we say the word yoga, we remember a form. You know the form. One is sitting in lotus posture, om or something, or pressing the nose, something like that. That's the form of yoga. But there is a principle of yoga. What is the principle of yoga? Principle of yoga is connect with the Supreme, connect with the Lord. That's the principle of yoga. Similarly, yagya is also having a form, and yagya, there is a principle of yagya. What is the form of yagya? When people get initiated, then there is a whole thing. Ahuti is put, and some brahmana who is chanting mantras in swaha, like there's some ghee or something, some pure ingredients or offering the fire. There's a fire, some oblations are offered in the fire by a purified devotee. That's the form of yagya. But yagya is also principle. What is the principle of yagya? The principle is sacrifice. Sacrifice. I give something for the Lord. So sometimes people think, that okay, that will come later. Sahayagya praja srishva puro vacha prajapati anena prasha vishadvam eshavo ishtakamadu. So now, so Krishna decried that don't perform this thing, renunciation abruptly, do karma yoga. Then in the 10th verse, in the 9th verse, he said, you do for satisfaction of Vishnu, and annatra logoyam karma bandhana, and you do karma yoga. Arjuna say that, okay, Krishna, I'm not on the platform of Karma Yoga. I have material desires. Then Krishna is starting this section that, okay, if you cannot do Karma Yoga, then you do Karma Kanda. What is Karma Kanda? You have desires, but you fulfill the desires in a religious manner. Don't adopt Vikarma for fulfilling your desires. That's the meaning. Okay. Saha Yagya Praja Srashtva Purovacha Prajapati. The master of all the Praja, or the Supreme Lord who has produced all the living entities, Pura in the previous Uvachaha said, in the beginning of creation, the Lord of all living entities said. So he, what did he made? He made Praja, that is the humans, animals, and he made uh, demigods, and he gave Yagya, Saha Yagya. So he made humans, animals, and then he made demigods, and he told them how to do yagya. Anena, by this, prashavishadham, you will become prosperous. And this yagya will give you all you desire. If you perform your, in the beginning of creation, a lot of our creatures sent forth generations of men and demigods, along with sacrifices for Vishnu, and blessed them by saying, be thou happy by the yajna sacrifice, because its performance will bestow upon you everything desirable for living happily and achieving liberation. So, if you perform yajna, what will happen is two things will happen. You will get everything for your bodily maintenance, and you will also achieve liberation. Modern people also have devised methods to fulfill their basic needs. Is it not? They are arranging food, clothes, shelter, education for their children, security, but they are not getting liberated. If you do yajna, you will get your bodily necessities also, and you will achieve liberation also. You will attain the knowledge that I am not the body, I am the soul. Modern the system is defective in the sense that they focus only on the superficial reality. They don't focus on the deeper realities, which Krishna talked about in chapter 2. You are not the body, you are eternal soul. That is the flaw of modern society, and these fellows, they will always be miserable. Life after life after life. There is no hope for them to go back to Godhead unless you devotees preach to them. They do yajna. First, you have to do. Okay, okay, fine. Material creation by the Lord of creatures, the chance offered to the conditioned souls to come back home to Godhead. Vedic principles are to help us understand the relation. Veda is surveyed. Aham eva Vedyo. Yagyapati, Lord's one name is Yagyapati. Sukdev Goswami's prayers Prabhupada is quoting here. Lord created this material world, enabled the conditioned soul to learn how to perform yajna for the satisfaction of Vishnu. So this material is created for us to learn how to perform yajna. So that while in the material world, they can live very comfortably without anxiety. And after finishing the present material body, they can enter into the kingdom of God. That is a whole program for the conditioned soul. There is a program for the conditioned soul. Not to rot here eternally, but to live happily here also, and then go back to God. Prabhupada, that earlier that yajna was very difficult to do. Prabhupada is saying that Sankirtan yajna and Krishna consciousness go well together. So that form of yajna we may not be able to do because arranging pure ingredients, arranging pure brahmanas, and so many things are required. You just take the bead bag. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. You will all your material necessity fulfilled. You'll go back to Godhead also. Be happy, chant and be happy. That is this verse. If you want to try to figure out where this verse is, chant and be happy. This verse only. Chant and be happy. Yeah. Quotes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna Varnam Tusa Krishnam, Sango Pangastra Parshadam, Yagyai Sankirtana Praye, Yajanti Hi Sumedasa. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is worshipped with this. Yagyai Yajanti. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is worshipped. The Supreme Lord is worshipped with this method. So we have to do chanting in that, or Sankirtan Yajna in that consciousness. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is being worshipped. Krishna Varnam, he is Krishna. He is in the category of Krishna. He is Krishna. So Sa a Krishna, but his bodily color is not of that Krishna. A Krishna. Sanga Upanga Astra. Sa Anga means hands, legs, bodily, limbs. Ang Upang. Sa Anga Upang. Upang means the limbs connected to the body limb, that is fingers. So his hands, his fingers, his astra, his Sudarshan chakra, all these three, his hands, his fingers, his Sudarshan chakra, Parshadam, are his devotees. Lord's Chaitanya mercy, his weapons, his hands, his fingers touch, everything is coming through devotees in this Kali Yuga. Therefore, he is not carrying chakra separately. Although he is Krishna. Yagyai Sankirtana Praye Yajanti Hi Sumedasa. Those who have very good brain substance, they will worship him by the Yajna. Sankirtan Yajna. And this is Okali for people who are endowed with sufficient intelligence, worship the Lord, who is that means you have to worship the Lord and his devotees also, because everything Lord he has invested in devotees on by performance of Sankirtan with devotees. Okay. This verse also shows that it is wrong to maintain the body without offering sacrifice to Vishnu. How it is wrong? So the whole cycle Krishna will say, Devan bhavitanina te deva bhavayantu va parasparam bhavayantah shreya paramavapsitah. So when you do yajna for the demigods, te deva bhavayantu va, they will bestow you favors. Parasparam, you have done sacrifice for the demigods, and they are giving you benefits in return. Shreya Paramaha. It will be good for you and for all. Demigods will be pleased with the sacrifice, will also please you, and thus by cooperating between men and demigods, prosperity will reign for all. So this is a mention of demigods first time in this verse. Earlier, Yagya was mentioned, and now Deva was mentioned. Yagya is to be done towards the Devas. So now let's try to understand this process, how the yajna is done for the devas. So like, don't be very simplistic understanding. Like people know, modern people, they sometimes say, hey, you are offering, you're offering ghee, you're offering grains into the fire. Such a colossal loss. He's so heavy, so costly nowadays, so scarce. Why you are offering? Why you are doing so much waste of money? People may say like that. But it's not so simplistic understanding. There is a verse in the Atharva Veda which says, Vishnu Uparamukho Agni Avamaha Mukha Madhyaste Sarvadevata. That is, Vishnu is the top person who receives, and Agni is the lowest. Not lowest in terms of power, but lowest in terms of our accessibility. Vishnu is highest for us to accessible, and Agni is lowest to access. And Madhyastha Sarva Devata, and all the devatas in between. That means what? When you give in fire, the Agni Deva accepts it and carries your offerings to all the demigods and to the Supreme Lord. So in Shastra, they just mention the principle and they do not go in details. How it is being done. They don't go in details. But it's a very complex, systematic management of the demigods. How? Just like, somebody not aware of the credit card, debit card, whatever. Sorry, you deposited 50,000 rupees in the bank. You just got one plastic. That is such a loss of money. Are you fool? You put 50,000 in the bank. You go such a plastic card. Are you are a fool or what? No, he's not a fool. There is a whole complex arrangement by the government and by all the this thing banks, and that this card is worth 50,000 rupees, and you can use this card and spend up to 50,000 rupees just with one plastic card. That's a complex arrangement which you may or may not understand, but it works. Similarly, the Devta's mechanism is a little complex to understand, but it works. So we should not be simplistic understanding how by offering fire and going everywhere. What quotes here? Performance of yajna has many side benefits. The ultimate purpose of yajna is liberation, but it has many side effect benefits. आहार शुद्धो सत्व शुद्धि सत्व शुद्धो ध्रुव स्मृति स्मृति लंबे सर्व ग्रंथि नाम विप्रमोक्ष आहार शुद्धो. So when we offer to the Lord and then take the remnants prasad, then that food which is offered to the Lord, ahar shuddha, it becomes pure. If you offer something to the Lord, that ahar, that rice becomes pure. And what happens if you eat purified ahar? Sattva suddhi. Your mind comes in mode of goodness. Sattva suddhi. When your mind comes in mode of goodness, dhruva smriti, then you can understand the scriptures. Scriptural knowledge will hold in your mind. When dhruva smriti happens, smriti lambe sarva granthina, you have so many granthis. Granthi means attachments. I have attachment for dog, I have attachment for cat, I have attachment for this, I have attachment for that. Vipramokshi, you will be freed from all attachments. What is the underlying theme? Offer food. Don't eat offer. That's one part of becoming liberated. One very important element of being liberated. Make sure you don't. Sometimes you don't eat because you know the entire philosophy, then you can justify anything. तो जी फ्रूट जूस को क्या ऑफर करने की जरूरत है प्रभु जी? प्रभु जी ये तो नेचुरल रॉ ही है प्रभु जी. जस्टिफिकेशन तो आप किसी भी चीज का दे सकते हैं, उसमें क्या एंड है? फिर क्या क्या प्रभु जी ये बन वॉट एवर आई डोंट नो ब्रेड और वॉट एवर. प्रभु जी वेयर इज द दिस लाइक दिस रॉ मटेरियल ओनली प्रभु दिस like that is an endless discussion. But no, we have to understand that we should offer. Okay, sometimes there are like there may be conditions like we are in some going and traveling and there's some coconut butter, some fruit juice. I am in a shop where to offer. No problem. Mental offering is also accepted by the Lord. But there has to be some element like some recognition of the Lord, thanking the Lord. My Lord, thank you for you are allowing me to. If that you don't understand that this is coming from Krishna, you just do bhoga, then you will get roga. You will be miserable. By that fruit juice, you wanted to maintain your health, but you will get roga. Yes. Hmm. All these combined together lead to Krishna consciousness, the great necessity of the present day society. Pure food is one element of cultivation of coming to the platform that I am not body, I am soul. Think और मुझे याद नहीं रहता पूरी आई एम बॉडी और सोल. तो जी आप बहुत सीरियस गड़बड़ कर रहे हैं दरअसल. आपको सही में अपनी लाइफस्टाइल दोबारा देखना चाहिए. आप कर क्या रहे हैं? समथिंग इज रियली सीरियसली रॉन्ग विद यू. नेचुरली होना चाहिए था कि आप रहने चाहिए थे स्पिरिचुअल प्लेटफॉर्म पे. या इष्टान भोगान ही वो देवा दासन्ते यज्ञ भाविता तैर दत्तैर अप्रदानेभ्यो यो भुंक्ते स्तेन एव सह. स्तेन एव. Certainly he's a thief. Who is a thief? Just try to figure out who is a thief. Ishtan, Bhogan, whatever you desire, Bhogan, necessities of life, Vivo Deva, that the demigods, Dasyanti, they are giving to you when they are satisfied by your performance of Yajna. Ter Dattan Apradane, they are giving you necessities of life and you don't in return perform yajna, Yo Bhunktevan enjoys the facility of the demigods without doing yajna for them. He's certainly a thief. Let's come down and try to understand at our level. Just like you are earning money, you are allowed to earn money in government of Bharat or India, whatever, I don't know. So you are allowed to earn money in government of Bharat, let's say. But you are supposed to pay tax. If you don't pay tax, then you are counted as a criminal. Similarly, everything is given by the administration, the Lord's administration, and you must perform yajna. If you don't perform yajna, then you are a thief. In charge of the various necessities of life, then regards being satisfied with the performance of yajna will supply all necessities to you. But you enjoy such gifts without offering them to demigods in return is certainly a thief. Demigods are authorized supplying agents. Krishna has authorized them. Therefore, who for whom demigod worship is recommended? For one who cannot understand the supreme personality Godhead is, sacrifice to demigods is recommended. Gradually, he'll come to Lord's sacrifice. Directly, somebody is worshipping the Lord, everyone is satisfied. So, for ordinary men, at least 5 yajnas, Panch Mahayajna are necessary. Minimum Panch Mahayajna are necessary. But we will come to this Panch Mahayajna. What does that mean? First, Prabhupada is giving 3 examples how demigods supply everything required by us. Okay. First thing he says that all the eatables of the human society are supplied by the demigods. Vegetarians, whatever you need, vegetables, fruits, milk, everything supplied by the demigods. Non-vegetarians also, everything supplied by the demigods. Then your food is supplied by the demigods. Again, necessities of life, just like heat, light, water, air, they cannot be manufactured. What do you think? In Corona time, they manufactured oxygen. H2O, they know na H2O produces oxygen. Can they do that? They just bluff some H2O, you just disintegrate and the oxygen will come. Can they make oxygen out of H2O? Could they do in Corona time? What they would do? Do you know what they would do? They were simply stealing from demigods again, just increasing the concentration of oxygen. You must have seen plants, oxygen concentration plants, medical, institutions. None of them can. Third example is Prabhupada is saying that raw materials like metal, sulfur, mercury, manganese, so many essential, all are supplied with the demigods. Society of thieves cannot be happy because they have no aim in life. Gauss modesty thieves have no ultimate goal of life. They are simply directed to sense gratification, not to have the knowledge of how to perform yajna. Lord Chaitanya, however, inaugurated the easiest performance of yajna, namely the Sankirtan yajna, which can be performed by anyone in the material world who accepts Krishna consciousness. 5 great Panchaya Mahayajna is sacrifice to our forefathers because they have given us birth and whatever property, what do you say? That inheritance, or father, grandfather, whosoever worked. Then worship of Devtas, demigods, Prabhupada listed above what all things they supply. Then recitation of the Vedas. We are also indebted to the great sages. They have given us transcendental knowledge so that we can go back to Godhead. They have worked very hard. They have sacrificed their time. Prabhupada has spent sleepless nights just to write Bhaktivedanta purports. We have to repay Prabhupada by reading Prabhupada books. If we don't, we are a thief. Yes, feeding humans. So in human beings, they have given so many things for to us, and that is our relatives are there. We were small, so many things relatives have given us. And not only relatives, the whole country, any everyone in the country is contributing something for us. We want to wear T-shirt. Someone is working that industry, is making T-shirts. So fulfill our necessities of life. And other living entities, even the animals, they are doing so much for us. The plants are giving oxygen, therefore we have sufficient oxygen. And then so many animals, uh, fortunately, unfortunately, either we take their milk or their blood, and we are taking so many necessities from animals also. And so demigods will give objects suitable for those desiring liberation. So demigods' benedictions are what causes liberation. The modern society benefits, they are not suitable for liberation. Modern society benefits mobile phone, tablets, screens. They can be used in Lord service, but very carefully because they are not originally given by demigods. These devices or the gifts of the modern society, they are actually meant for our degradation. You have to always keep that in mind. Be very careful that uh, but that vairagyam yukta vairagyam uchyate. We have to see how much qualification I have. Have I qualification? Have I control mind to run mobile phone? Okay, then I can use. Otherwise, I must have parental control. If not, then it will not cause me liberation. It will send me to hell. I should judge. These are not benefits given by the demigods in doing yajna. They are the benefits of the modern society. Humans are always imperfect. Where is human? Okay. यज्ञसष्टा यज्ञसष्ट यज्ञशिष्टाशिना सन्तः मुञ्जन्ते सर्वकिल्बिषै भुञ्जते ते त्वगं पापा ये पचन्त्यात्मकारण यज्ञशिष्टा asinah. So what is the remnants of the yajna? Yajna asinah. One santa, the devotees, they take only prasad after offering to the Lord. Munchante sarva kilbishai. Just imagine what benediction is given. Kilvishai means the sinful reaction. Sarva means from all lifetimes. Always remember, we have crossed Brahma's 50 years. How much we have accumulated simply by taking only prasadam. We are getting fit every day from so many this thing bondage. Just need to have faith. Bunjate te to agam papam. He is eating only sin. Ye pachanti atma karana. One who is not offering to the Lord, he is cooking only for himself. Ye pachanti, one who cooks and then one who digests for his own sake for sense gratification. That is so. How does he eating pap? Because Baldev Vidyabhushanji says that that rice they are cooking, let us say that rice gets transformed into sin. They are eating only sin if they are, that is not offered to the Lord. Very careful. Would become very serious. Devotees of the Lord are released from all kinds of sins because they eat food which is offered first for sacrifice. Others who prepare food for personal sense enjoyment verily eat only sin. Previous verse it said that they are thieves, and here is saying they are sinners. Those who are not offering to the Lord. Devotees of the Lord, Prasanna Krishna calls called Santaha. Santa cannot accept anything without first offering it to Supreme. Not only food, other things also. We got something new, brought new mobile phone. You can always thank the Lord. Thank you, Lord, for giving me. Please, Brahmaji prayed when he met the Lord that may I not be entangled in Maya because I'll work. Material energy is very vicious. How much vicious these modern products are, mobile phones. You have to pray to the Lord very intensely. Please let me not fall down with these devices. Yeah, homework is required. Therefore, such devotees always Yagya Prabhupada now broadly Sarvanam is Yagya. So right now also you're doing Yagya only, don't worry. प्रभु जी यज्ञ करने कहाँ जाएं, कुछ नहीं, बस just come for the Bhakti Shastri class. Don't skip the class. Come on time. That is yajna. You will be free from all sinful reaction. Just attend the class. Shravanam, Kirtanam. Don't hesitate to speak also. If you get any opportunity. Yare dekhe tar kaha. Krishna Upadesh. Go out in the world, you are going to the train, just meet any person. So, Hare Krishna sir, how are you? Just inspire him. Would you like to read this? Like one told very good example how to preach. Go to any foreign country and you meet any random person, say, do you believe in the powers of the prayer? Do you believe in the power of prayers? Oh yes. They say, please repeat after me. Hare Krishna. That person is Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Two words at a time. And then okay, we will you repeat, then four, then eight. Now repeat. He said that people, Americans, Mondans, they start crying on the street. This Mahamantra is having such power. They are hearing it for the first time. Start crying. They never heard the power of prayers. It doesn't even matter if they know what it means. It doesn't matter. This mantra is so powerful. Prabhupada, they tried it in America. It worked. Newcomers, now of course, with devotees, they already have some idea and therefore they have little bit got offensive mentality. But newcomers, those who are hearing it, those who are innocent, they just start crying on the street, even 3, 4 times hearing the Mahamantra. Very powerful. Straight out. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Archanam. These performance of yajna or this Navda Bhakti keeps them always aloof from all kinds of contamination of sinful association. Others who prepare food for self or sense gratification, not only thieves but also eaters, all kinds of sins. How can person be happy? Is both thief and sinful. There are 5 sins which happen to anyone. What are they? Kandani, Peshani, Chuli, Udakumbi, Chamarjani, Panchasuna, Grahastasya, Tabir Swargam na Vindati. Grahastha will not even attain Swarga, if he does not perform these 5 kinds of sacrifices. What are they? Kandani is he's using motor. He's using a motor, like he's moving things around. Peshani, and then there is he's like masala, they grind. Chuli, everyone lights a fire. Chula, some kind of udakumbi, putting water from one place to another. Marjani, and using broom. So many living entities are killed. And if he does not perform sacrifices, then he will not attain Swarga. Therefore, one must perform such. Okay, so thank you so much, devotees, for a wonderful hearing. And we can see if any questions. Otherwise, you can leave. The time's up. Any question?
Hare Krishna.
Who is this? Can you please raise hand? Where are you? Ha, Atit, yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, you said that Arjuna has material desires, but we see that Arjuna had the he's a great archer, so he don't need recognition. And at the same time, they were all very, and his brother was the king of the, want to become the king of the entire world. And we also see that they don't have the desire for kingdom as well. And in Urvashi's pastime, we saw that he consider her as his mother. So what other kind of, what else desires did he have?
Hey, Baba, this is not for Arjun, not for Krishna. It is for me and you.
Yes.
They are doing drama. Arjun said, "What if I have material desires?" Not that he had material. What if I have material desires? Like from all angles, one has to explain. No? I cannot perform karma yoga. Somebody may say like this. Okay, perform karma kanda. No, Krishna, I don't understand. I am qualified for jnana. No, still you perform karma yoga. Don't perform jnana yoga. Okay, yes, Ramdev Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, you have told like this demigods they are giving this whatever edible we are eating. But Prabhuji, like Krishna himself says, like because this all through because he says ki like kaham bija pradapita, means whatever living beings are there. So although like demigod they are giving like fire, air, whatever ingredients is required for like for nutrition required for the plants to grow. So like so in this way we can say demigod they are not like immediate responsible, they are secondary responsible person for edible things. Means ultimately we have to thank Krishna only like this way. Like how demigod they are responsible for this.
Krishna has appointed them, no? Prabhupada said. And you are talking of later chapter, chapter 9, you have come to Bhakti Yoga. This is Karma Yoga going on. Here, person who does not understand the authority of Krishna, for them demigods are equal. So you do something of it, whichever you like. Everyone subscribe to different channel, like somebody subscribe to Monday channel, somebody subscribe to Mangalwar, somebody subscribe to Shanivar. So that day they go out and meet their favorite deity wherever different temples they have. So whichever channel you are subscribing, that's okay in the beginning. Rather than we are speaking from pure devotion platform, so for you these things are appearing very insignificant. What to do? Please bear with us. We are still in Karma Yoga. Okay. And yes, Akash Prabhu.
हरे कृष्णा
No,
प्रभु जी, थैंक यू प्रभु जी
हाँ,
फॉर दिस क्लास। प्रभु जी, आपने बीच में एक चीटर और दूसरा वीक डिवोटी का या एक पर्सन का वो बताया। तो प्रभु जी कैसे डिस्टिंग्विश करेगा कोई पर्सन की वो चीटर है या वीक है? क्योंकि
ठीक
उसका
है।
माइंड तो उसको वीक चीटर तो बोलेगा नहीं कि तुम चीटर हो। ही में से तुम वीक हो, ऐसा करते रहो बाद में ठीक हो जाएगा। तो ऐसे बाहर कैसे आ पाएगा?
नहीं, देखिए प्रभु जी क्या है कि जैसे गड़बड़ी अगर हो गया तो चीटर और वीक में अंतर क्या है कि उसकी बात क्या कर। अगर मैं वीक हूं तो कमजोर है तो उसको मदद लेनी चाहिए ना। मैं खुद से नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ, ये जो बीमारी है मेरे ऊपर है, मुझे ओवर पावर कर देगी। तब मुझे जैसे लता होती है ना, वो पेड़ का ऐसे ना शेल्टर ली, ऐसी कोई कमजोर, क्योंकि लता कमजोर रहती है, वो चढ़ नहीं सकती। तो अभी क्या है, कमजोर व्यक्ति कोई है तो उसको दूसरों का हेल्प लेना चाहिए, अपने सीनियर लोगों का हेल्प लेना चाहिए। लेकिन अगर कोई चीटर है तो वो दिखा रहा है मैं बहुत बड़ा हूँ, दूसरों को धोखे में डाल रहा, लेकिन वास्तव में अंदर क्या है, सब गड़बड़ चल रही है। तो वो भगवान कहते हैं उससे क्या होएगा कि बार बार आपको माया अटैक भी करेगी और आप हंसते चले जाएंगे। दूसरे को बेवकूफ बना रहे हैं आप, उनका फेथ भी बाद में आप गिरेंगे बुरी तरह से, तो उनका भरोसा भी आप पे चला जाएगा। और क्या कहते हैं, आप अपना भी भला नहीं कर पाए, दूसरों का भला नहीं कर, समझ रहे हैं आप। तो हमको क्या है, एक चीज जिसको सरलता कहते हैं, कुछ भी समस्या हुआ उनको जाके बात करनी। जैसे अजामिल था, उसने जंगल में कुछ गलत देख लिया, जानबूझ के नहीं देखा, लेकिन उसको आके अपने पिताजी को बताना चाहिए, पिताजी आज ऐसा ऐसा हो गया। तो पिताजी उसके लिए कुछ प्रोग्राम रखते, चलो तुम थोड़ा घूम के आ जाओ यहाँ पे, ये ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम अटेंड कर लो। धीरे धीरे उसका मन शांत हो। लेकिन वो घर में आ गया, पिताजी को उसने बताया नहीं, फिर सोचता रहा, सोचता रहा बिना किसी से कुछ बोले। और फिर बाकी में पूछने लगा, ये कहाँ, ये लड़की कहाँ से है, कहाँ रहती है, किस गांव में है। तो वो फिर दूसरी दिशा में वो जा रहा, तो वैसा चीटर कहलाएगा। ठीक है, थैंक यू, व्हाट इज वांट दे कैन लीव,
यस प्रभु।
टाइम इज अप। एनी अदर क्वेश्चन? शिखर, यस शिखर प्रभु।
यस प्रभु जी, हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। प्रभु जी, आपने बताया था कि वो मेंटल ऑफरिंग करने के लिए, तो मेंटल ऑफरिंग करते कैसे हैं?
मतलब से कैसे करते, लाइक व्हेन यू डोंट हैव फिजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स, दैट्स द स्टोरी ऑफ, आपने एनओडी पढ़ा होगा, नेक्टर ऑफ डिवोशन। प्रतिष्ठानापुर का एक ब्राह्मण था, तो उसकी बहुत गरीब था, उसके कुछ भी नहीं था। तो लेकिन वो भगवान के लिए कुछ, उसने सुना कि भगवान को ऑफर करना चाहिए, तो वो ध्यान बैठ गया, कुछ कर नहीं रहा है फिजिकली, ध्यान बैठ गया। और उसे सोने का घड़ा एक लिया, और सोने के घड़े से वो घी लेके आया, शुद्ध देसी गाय का, पद्मगंधा जो, यू नो, और फिर इतना शुद्ध पानी लेके आया नर्मदा जी से, और फिर वो बासमती चावल लेके आया, चंदन की लकड़ी लेके आया, वो जला रहा है, पूरा बनाया उसमें गाजर किशमिश पास्ता बादाम सब उसने डाला, इलायची, बहुत अच्छे बनाया। और फिर खूब बहुत ध्यान से उसने चलाया वलाया, और फिर अरे अभी ऑफरिंग का टाइम होगा, लेकिन ये कहीं गर्म तो नहीं, मैं चेक कर लेता हूँ कितना गर्म है। तो उसने हाथ डाला, उसका हाथ जल गया। ऐसे करके आप आंखें बंद करके भगवान को रिमेम्बर कर सकते। प्रेयर्स तो आप कभी भी कर सकते, अब फिजिकल अवेलेबल नहीं, ऐसा नहीं कि आपको उसको बाईपास कर देना। आपको ये उसका प्रिंसिपल क्या है कि भगवान को एक्नॉलेज तो करो कम से कम, प्रभु आपसे आया है। आप आप प्रभु के लड़के हैं, आप उनकी प्रॉपर्टी यूज कर सकते हैं, बट ये है कि प्रभु से यू आर नॉट गुड सन, देयरफॉर यू कैन नॉट गेट द प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ द फादर। गुड सन विल गेट द प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ फादर, बैड सन विल नॉट। ठीक है ना, आज्ञाकारी जो पिता का लड़का है उसको पिताजी का संपत्ति मिलेगा, जो जो बदमाश है उसको निकाल दिया जाएगा, उसको मटीरियल वर्ल्ड भेज देंगे। तो अभी हमको होल पॉइंट है कि आज्ञाकारी बन। ठीक है,
यस प्रभु।
ओके, थैंक यू। You can leave if you want time. Yes, Sandeep Prabhu.
Vishnu Guruji. Guruji, did Arjuna know that he is performing act in Kurukshetra so that Lord will speak Bhagavad Gita?
आपका कहने का मतलब है कि अर्जुन को पता था हम ये ड्रामा कर रहे हैं, ऐसा?
Yes, Guruji.
देखो क्या
Because
है,
yes, Guruji. Because in 3.2 it is mentioned that Arjuna therefore wanted to clear up this apparently confusing matter so that any common man could accept them without misinterpretation.
तो आपको ये नहीं सोचना है कि अर्जुन का क्या विचार था, अर्जुन शुद्ध भक्त था, ड्रामा कर रहा था, या वो माया में था, जो भी था, लेकिन सब आपके लिए संदेश मल्टीपल लेवल पे है। वो कार्य वो उनके बीच में, कृष्ण कैसे कर रहे हैं, अर्जुन कैसे। ठीक है, चलिए ड्रामा भी कर रहा था, है सही भी कर रहा था, लेकिन जो ये जो टॉक्स है ना, ये आपके लिए ही है। ये सब सही है, इसमें कुछ गलत नहीं है। समझ रहे हैं आप? जो गीता का जो संदेश है उसमें कुछ समस्या नहीं है।
Means Prabhuji, if he's talking about karma yoga, then he already know bhakti yoga. Then he know that we will read Bhagavad Gita in Kali Yoga. Like
ऑफ कोर्स माय डियर, ऑफ कोर्स डिवोटी को पता रहता है कि आप पास टाइम होंगे, लेकिन जब एक्चुअल हो रहा होता है तो भक्ति छोड़ो, भगवान भी भूल जाते हैं कि मैं भगवान हूँ। यशोदा माई छड़ी दिखा रहे हैं तो भगवान डर रहे हैं, ड्रामा नहीं कर रहे। आपसे पूछिए क्या है, भगवान कैसे डर सकते हैं, वो कैसे बोल सकते हैं? अर्जुन तो चलो लिविंग एंटिटी है, भगवान क्या है आप बताइए? भगवान सुप्रीम लॉर्ड है तो कभी भूल ही नहीं सकते, लेकिन नहीं, कुंती महारानी कहते आश्चर्य है ये तो बड़ा, आप ऐसे कैसे नटो नाट्यम धरो यथा, आप एक्टिंग कर लेंगे, एक्टिंग नहीं कर रहे, वास्तव में डरे हुए हैं यशोदा माई से। कैसा करते हैं भगवान कि वो स्क्रिप्ट राइटर हैं, स्क्रिप्ट राइटर समझते हैं आप? वो स्क्रिप्ट पूरा लिखते हैं क्या क्या होगा, लेकिन डायरेक्टर योग माया है। तो उसके बाद योग माया भगवान को भुला देती है भगवान की इच्छा से। जब कर रहे हैं ड्रामा वास्तव में, तब भगवान को भी याद नहीं रहती, नहीं शुद्ध भक्तों को याद रहती। ठीक है, हरे डिवोटी कैन लीव यू वांट एनी अदर क्वेश्चन?
हरे कृष्ण
ओके,
प्रभु जी।
हाँ यस प्रभु, शुभम।
यस, दिव्यांशु।
अच्छा, ये 1 2 में आपका,
यस
हाँ यस प्रभु।
यस प्रभु जी, जैसे वी वर्क तो वर्किंग फॉर सेक्रीफाइस लाइक टू विष्णु, सेक्रीफाइस टू विष्णु, तो इसमें ऐसे जैसे अभी हम वर्क कर रहे हैं तो इफ वी आर एंजॉयिंग आवर वर्क, लेकिन ठीक है जैसे तैसे वी आर गिविंग इजी, तो दैट विल बी अ सेक्रीफाइस और इट विल बी कंसिडर्ड सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन।
गिविंग इजी, हाउ इज इट सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन?
बट वी आर एंजॉयिंग आवर वर्क आल्सो।
You like your work, that's nice.
Okay.
You are fortunate. Many people they don't like that work. They are very miserable work. Of course, it should not be sinful work which we like within the limits. It should not be grossly sinful activities. But if you like your work, that's like it's a bonus point for you. Krishna has arranged karmically for you. You should be very happy. Many people they want to give up their job. One person he used to keep one boxing bag in his boxing kit in his bag. So when he go home, just to take out frustration from the boss, he will box the boxing bag to take out his frustration. Of course, in company, you would like, yes, sir, whatever you say. But he was very frustrated. You like your job, you're fortunate. Yes, Venkata, Prabhu, Venkat Lakshmana, Prabhu. You can go, huh? Like, officially end it. He's raising hand, but he's not responding. Lakshmana, Prabhu,
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
and your video also.
हाँ यस सर।
Yes.
As you said, like in the first Agni is at the low level, in the between demigods are there, and then Lord Vishnu is at the top. But we also say that like sacrifices, like Lord Vishnu is the chief of sacrifices, so first two has to be offered to the Lord Vishnu. So both things I'm not able to connect each other.
No, the point is that like that form of yagya which you have seen, the fire is there, we are pouring into the ghee. That I was trying to explain how the mechanism works. Through Agni, it goes everywhere.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, Surya Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
He is the sun god.
Prabhuji, one follow-up question after this Divyanshu Prabhu question, that Prabhuji, when we are doing some sacrifice, we are giving for example, we are giving easy. So in sometimes what happens, we are also giving easy, and then after also have some uh, we also have some desires to fulfill our desires, self desires. Like हम सेक्रीफाइस भी कर रहे हैं, बट हमारे अंदर मतलब हमारा हम ये सोच रहे हैं कि हम जो बच जा रहा है उसके उससे हम कुछ अपना एंजॉयमेंट कर ले। तो ये ये भी तो एक चीटिंग प्रोपेंसिटी के जैसे है प्रोजेक्ट। फिर वो प्यूरिफिकेशन होगा कि नहीं उस सेक्रीफाइस से, मतलब जो हम एक्शन कर रहे हैं वो प्यूरिफिकेटरी होगा कि नहीं होगा।
Is it your honestly earned money?
यस यस प्रोजेक्ट।
It is not cheating. You have worked hard, you have earned money, you are giving easy, it has become purified, and you have some desires which are fulfilling the three criteria. It is sanctioned, it is sanctified, and it is regulated. Then it is not sinful. It will not bind you. And gradually, you will come to the knowledge. Don't stop giving easy. Keep on giving. Gradually, someday you will realize that actually, nate vidu swarth gatim hi Vishnu. Sakam karma is also not decried by the Lord. If one is not on karma yoga, that is because that system is a gradual. अभी फर्स्ट क्लास में कोई है तो उसको वही टॉपिक पढ़ाना पड़ेगा। वो 10th क्लास का अभी उसके जाएगा ही नहीं, बाउंस हो जाए। सो अभी क्या है कि फर्स्ट क्लास में अच्छे से करेंगे, देन आप एलिवेट हो जाएंगे, एंड हर कोई बैक टू गॉड जाएगा। हम अभी आप किसी स्तर में पर्टिकुलर, उससे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, बट आप जिस भी स्तर में है उसको अच्छे से करें, उससे नीचे नहीं जाना। लेकिन फर्स्ट से किंडरगार्टन में नहीं जाना, सेकंड में आने का प्रयास कर। ऐसे स्टेप्स लेते लेते धीरे धीरे जाएंगे। ये पूरा ऐसे क्यों रखा हुआ है, ब्रह्मचर्य, गृहस्थ, वानप्रस्थ? मुझे औरत स्त्री की क्या जरूरत है प्रभु? स्त्री तो बॉन्डेज है। नहीं बाबा, किसी किसी का वो माइंड एकदम वैसा रहता, वो माइंड पीसफुल रहे ही नहीं सकता, क्योंकि पैशन बहुत ज्यादा है शरीर में, तो उसको लगता है, और वो भगवान ने अलाउ किया हुआ, वो बॉन्डेज नहीं होगा। ठीक है? यस, थैंक यू। ओके devotees, so fine, I think we can end here. Thank you so much for a wonderful time. Vansha kalpatarubhascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव